Okay, so just pulled into Murray State University here in Kentucky, and I'm going to do my first ever singing my original music live on the radio. So it's 88.9 WKMS, Murray State University. A pretty lively campus today, and I'm not gonna lie, it's like playing in front of a million people, my entire life. Now I'm gonna go play in front of two, and I'm all clammy. So, wish me luck. We'll see how it goes.
You're with Sounds Good here on Murray State's 91.3 WKMS. I'm Austin Carter, and that was my guest in the studio, actually. That was Ben Miller with a song called She Sang to Me. And Ben, welcome to Sounds Good today.
Hey, it's good to be here.
So tell me a little bit about that song and about your new solo album that's on.
So, She Sang to Me was a song that Sheldon Clark is a songwriter in Nashville, and we went down to Muscle Shoals together for the sole purpose. I mean, it's right when that documentary came out on Netflix, the Muscle Shoals documentary that everybody was raving about. And we were like, oh man, we got to go down there. Like, we got to go down there and write songs and record and see what we get. We got to get close to the water, man. And we spent some time in like a cliffside. Sorry, keys in pocket.
Oh, that's fine.
We spent some time in like a cliffside Airbnb, and I mean, it was just gorgeous. It turned out I didn't even know, we didn't know this at the time, but it was a house that they Muscle Shoals Sound, the studio, used to house their artists in while they were recording at the Shoals at that studio.
Huh.
We had no idea. So to us, it was just this really nice fella that had an Airbnb, and it was pretty,
Yeah.
And then he told us the history, and there's all these pictures all over the walls. So we ended up writing, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 songs in that little house over like 2 days or so. Pretty productive trip. And then I said, dude, we got to get down to the water. And we went down to the water, and it was like nothing. We didn't know. We had nothing going on. And there were all these families that were like half camping around the area. Like they were kind of fishing and like cooking hot dogs. I'm like, this is not this is not an inspiring place to be right now. And all I had was that's all I had. And Sheldon said, you know what? He's like, you don't have a song that's more on the bluesy side of things where like you kind of repeat some of the same phrases. And I said, okay. I was like, well, what are we doing? I was like, we're going to lay him down. And then it just came to me, and it was just like, lay him down, down by the river. And we were just sitting by the river as it was happening. And the Native Americans always said that they could hear the sound, so that's when the next lyric, heard the sound, I heard the sound. And then the river, she sang to me, down by the river, I heard the sound, oh, I heard the sound. And we were like, cool, well, that's obviously first verse. And it's like, well, what is she saying? And it was like, gosh, I don't know. Maybe she's saying something Native American. Like, let's look in our phones and see what some Native American phrases. That led to nothing. We were just like, no. Let's keep it simple. So it's like, what's the water doing? What is she saying? Well, she's rolling on. And that's where the chorus came from. She said, rolling, 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 roll on. She sang to me. That's where that entire song came from.
Do you think you could have written it in another place, or do you think that as uninspiring as the situation may have first seemed, did it end up being the inspiration?
It actually ended up being completely fine.
Yeah.
And we got the song shortly thereafter. So no, I think it was just, the two of us really write well together.
Yeah.
But no, I think it was just the moment. We just had to wait for it to hit us and write it down and be simple about it enough to say something like rollin', 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 roll on 16 times throughout the rest of the song and make it sound good.
Yeah.
Which, isn't rocket science, but, it ended up in this awesome. It's one of my favorite songs on the record.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great song. So you said that bluesy vibe is maybe a little outside of what your normal style or genre would kind of be. What is do you have something else that might show off the other side of your style?
Yeah, so the rest of the record is, I can't get away from at least a little bit of blues in there. I don't care for the blues unless I'm improvising. If I'm improvising, I like to play the blues, but I'm just not a sad person.
Yeah,
I just can't. I write sad songs sometimes, but it's just fiction.
Yeah,
it's like I can write tearjerkers, that'll make you cry, but it's like fake stories. It's like guy loses a girl, and it's like fictitious guy, fictitious girl. So make you cry. It's bluesy, but it's. I always started off when I first started playing guitar. My dad would always get me these albums of guitar players, and it was always like B.B. King, which the first album he ever got me was Ben E. King. Mm-hmm. So I was actually listening to Motown coming up instead of Guitar Player. But then he went back and got the B.B. King record with Bobby Bland, and I was listening to these kind of things kind of coming up. So it's in there just a little bit enough, but it's just not me,
Yeah.
So like a song like I'm Gone is more in the vein of the style that I'm going for.
Absolutely. Do you want to hear that one off the record, or would you like to play one in studio?
Let's play the record cut.
Great. Here's Ben Miller with I'm Gone.
These days are changing and I'm trying to rearrange them in my own hypocritical
was my guest, Ben Miller, with a track called I'm Gone from his latest album. Ben, lots of really great rock guitar at the end of that track. We were talking about Allman Brothers influenced licks, and I heard a little Thin Lizzy doubled guitar, influenced lick.
Yes, sir, you did.
So you recorded and mixed and mastered this album all on your own.
I did. So I had a drummer, Cody Waggett, who he came with me to it was a room about half the size of this room, and we tracked all the drums. And then I had bass player Mike Riley, who used to play with me in Jamie Lynn Spears' band, track some of the songs on bass. And then the only other stuff that I didn't do was David Lucan's keys player came in and played some organ and some keys. And the rest I just put on there myself, out of necessity. I didn't have any money to pay anybody else to come in and do much else.
Yeah.
And I definitely didn't have money to pay somebody to mix it. I definitely didn't have money to pay somebody to master it. So I just spent, we were on tour with Paisley the entire summer with Riley, and in my bunk, I would bring up YouTube videos about how to mix, how to master songs, and I ended up here, and it's exactly what I want it to be, but I know it can be better.
Yeah.
But I'm at the point where I'm just like, cool, you know what, done. Print it, put it out there, be done with it, let it be over, move on to the next one.
Yeah. Well, you've obviously played with a lot of different people over your career, and so how does it feel to be in this kind of next phase of doing your solo stuff and working in that direction?
I'm excited, man. It's been a long time coming, tell you the truth. Playing with everybody, I just kind of saw that, man, I can do this. I'm writing great songs right now, and even better now that, after working with Riley Green is such a great songwriter. And just being around him and listening to his songs and the way he writes, that really had a big influence on me. Mm-hmm. So now I'm writing better and better songs, and I'm talking to publishers. I'm talking to, I'm a member of NSAI now in Nashville. And it's just becoming this thing where it's revolving around the vision, that I set out for myself. April 1st of this year, I did a vision board. You ever done a vision board?
Yeah.
Dude, I had never touched the idea of that before. So I did one, and it's here in my phone. I'll let you read it later. Mm-hmm. And I just read it every day. It said stuff like, okay, what do I value? Where do I want to be in my professional career, in my home career? And I blocked it out in pieces, and was extremely descriptive.
Mm-hmm.
I had people say, be as descriptive as you possibly can. And then at the end of it, I wrote everything down, and I made sure not to forget to ask the Lord for these things, And it wasn't until I did that and kept the vision that all this stuff just started happening.
That's amazing.
It's blowing my mind because it's literally, I'll let you read it, and it coincides with where we're sitting right now.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
That's very cool. Well, you've got your guitar with you today, and I think we'd be remiss to let you leave without playing something for us in studio. So what do you have for us now?
So this is a song called Heavy Like a Stone, and we wrote this on that same trip with Sheldon Clark down in Muscle Shoals. And it's just a song about a dude in a music store that I saw, and there was a girl who kind of walked in and walked around, and the guys were trying to talk to her. She wouldn't talk to anybody, but he talked to her, and she talked to him, and I was like, this would make a great song idea. So I wrote this entire song about these two people that I have no idea who they are.
Well, let's hear it.
All right. I didn't need to know your name, but you told me anyway. I didn't need to talk to you, but I knew what to say to get you talking. And I knew I could make you go all in. And now I'm heavy like a stone, but I feel like I should run, 'cause I see the fire in your eyes, and I could be the one to get you falling. Yeah, I could be the one to put you all in. Mm-hmm. Could it be the end of life on earth right now? If an angel falls in love somehow with a man like me, I've been reaching out, 'cause that's the kind of loving I've been dreaming about. Yeah, that's the kind of loving I've been dreaming about. And I don't need to see you, but I know where you are, 'cause I would start to need you in my world and in my heart, and I'd be there. I'd be so in love with everything you are. And now I'm heavy like a stone, but I feel like I should run, 'cause I see the fire in your eyes. And now I feel like I'm the one who's falling, but I shouldn't be the one to put you all in. So would it be the end of life on earth right now if an angel falls in love somehow with a man like me? I've been reaching out. Yeah, that's the kind of loving I've been dreaming about. Yeah, that's the kind of loving I've been dreaming about. So I let you walk away with all my dreams that never came true. Love is here with me right now. And if I could find another way, I'd learn to stop the rain for you somehow. So would it be the end of life on earth right now if an angel falls in love somehow with a man like me? I've been reaching out. Yeah, that's the kind of loving I've been dreaming about. Yeah, that's the kind of loving I've been dreaming about. Yeah, that's the kind of loving I've been dreaming about. Yeah, that's the kind of loving I've been dreaming about.
That was Ben Miller, and that was excellent, Ben. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
I enjoyed
cool
that.
Song, right?
Yeah, very cool. So where can people get a hold of your album or find out more about where they can see you on tour or all of that information?
So everything's actually being set up right now. All of the music is going to be on iTunes and Spotify, your regular outlets, next month or two or so. And we're going to be releasing one song at a time. So that song, I'm Gone, will actually come out in the next few days or so. And it'll be available to listen to. And then songs like what you just heard will be recorded. There's going to be probably about 30 or so songs over the next 6-8 months that are coming out.
Oh, wow.
So there's a ton, man.
That's awesome. 30 songs. Wow.
Dude, I've been writing all summer, and it's insane. These are all the ones that are ready to go.
He is scrolling through a very long list, a very long list on his phone. So.
I think there's 71 or 74 songs that are ready. So,
well, it sounds like we're going to be hearing a lot more from Ben in the future. I've been speaking with Ben Miller, and he's been playing his music for us. Ben, thank you for being on Sounds Good today, and best of luck to you with the new album.
I need it, man. Appreciate you for having me.
You're with Sounds Good here on Murray State's 91.3 WKMS.